Hello! Today we're going to talk about overwhelm, and in order to show how overwhelm works, I thought it would be fun to make a small experiment. And for this experiment we need this little bottle, we need this mixing bowl, we need something pokey, and I have another mixing bowl with water. Okay, let's see how overwhelm works in our life and what we can do with it. Okay, let's imagine that this bottle is going to be our emotional container. It's basically how much life we can handle, and everyone has a different size of this bottle, and everyone goes in life with a different amount of water inside of this bottle. But just a second. So this is our emotional container, and water in this mixing bowl is life that always happens. So it's always kind of floating and happening, and sometimes life is nice, it's slow, it's predictable, it's fun, it's very pleasant, we feel like we feel very nice. But sometimes life goes very wild, and things happen, they're unpredictable. Sometimes they can be very painful. Some painful events can happen. Sometimes those events go one after another, and it feels like a big snowball that just hit us. So it just happening, and at some point when it comes to the top, even a small thing happen, it pushes water to go over. So, and our overwhelm works the same way. Even a small event happens in our life, and maybe for other people who is watching you, they might think that you are acting a little bit weird, but it's not you acting a little bit weird, just because your emotional container is so filled up. So even a small tiny things that happens, like kids said something, kids didn't pick up the toys, you get overwhelmed, you start yelling, you start saying something and something else. So basically that overwhelm, right? Easy. So let's take this pokey thing and make a lot of different holes, and let's see what happens. Okay, what are those holes? Those holes are basically your knowledge, your skills, your abilities to process information that goes to process your life. Don't trap your emotions inside, and let them go, process through and let them go in the best efficient way. Okay, now we have holes, and let's see what happens. Okay, I'm pouring this water, those life events, and what's happening? Water just goes through those holes, doesn't matter how much I pour. And more holes I have, more chances that water will go through, so it's not going to be trapped, not going to be reaching the top. So what are those holes? Just a second, let this water go. Those holes are basically knowledge and your skills that help you to process your emotions, process the information that goes through you. So let's see, what can it be? It can be the ability as much as possible to live in a present moment, to be here and now. It's ability to, it's a skill of meditation. It's a skill of relaxation. It's a skill of understanding and noticing your own body. You know, when you are feeling angry or feeling any negative emotions, if you pay attention to your body, so you notice that usually the body gets stiff, it gets like frozen, your breath is changing, your breath is much lower, shallow, and if you look at that person, it feels even sometimes that he's barely breathing. Ability of noticing your own body and how it changes when you feel amazing, and how it changes when you feel sad, angry, overwhelmed, or some different emotions. That is a good hole to have. What else? Another great knowledge and skill to have is understanding your own emotions and having connection with your own emotions. So basically to understand what emotions you're feeling, and often it's not only one emotion, often it's just a mixture of different emotions, and understanding that behind each emotion you have a function of emotion and you have some desires that stands behind, and the ability of expressing yourself in the outside world is very important too. So another good one, it's observer position. It's kind of like when you have a part of you that always observes your thoughts, your thinking, your speech, your action, your bodies. So it's always kind of like always looking, always here, always with you, and observing those moments. Oops. My kids woke up. I have a couple minutes before they will find me. Let's finish up this video. Okay, now what you can do. Go in the description below. I will put there a full list of items and knowledge that you might want to have in your life. And for each item, I will record a separate video with the simple steps that every person can take to acquire easily those skills. So again, look at this list. Look what resonates with you the most. What would benefit you to have in your life right now? Pick this item or items and write those numbers in the description below so I know what video to record first. Okay, now I can go and see if my kids didn't destroy the house. I wish you a wonderful day and see you in the next video. Bye bye!